Hi, my name is Miranda Robles. I'm a Round Lake High School graduate of 2023. I am currently at Illinois State University, majoring in middle level education with endorsements in math and science, and possibly a bilingual education major.
I'm a Golden Apple Scholar, so this program helps the teacher shortage. So just in teaching in a school of need of which is like 30% low income. So that required me to stay in Illinois. So that kind of like narrowed my options down. And then I'm going into education, so I really thought about like the program of like education program, like kind of like what every school's kind of specialty is. And then I thought of location. I wanted something far just because I did want to leave. So I definitely thought of like the location, and it was financially like in my budget. In high school, I never really left. I was always here, like just doing whatever. I was involved in student council. I was in choir. I did when community civics honors first started, that was like what kind of really brought my liking into teaching. So I knew that I talked to Mr. Barnshaw. He told me about Golden Apple and like teaching and all that. So I was like, okay, that's what I want to do. But then like when I got into college, I kind of grew distant of it. I just mostly focused on what things were available within my major. So like the Educators Club, the Golden Apples Club, College Mentors for Kids. So I kind of just stayed everything with like kids and teaching. I wish I would have known, like, I lived in a dorm, and I wish I would have known that, like, random roommates aren't the best idea. I know that's, like, what worked for me. I had, like, the worst experience ever. But, like, not to scare you guys. Sometimes you guys can make the most best of friends being random. But I just wish I would have, like, kind of, there's, like, a page, like, where you can find, like, class of 2027, like, Illinois State people. I wish I would have, like, reached out to people, and, like, all that, and, like, just kind of made friends beforehand. My school's in like the middle of a cornfield, so like predominantly like white, you'll see there. And I walked into like my first, I took like an intro to like Latin history, and there was 14 kids in there, and it was like all Hispanics, and I was like, where did you guys pop out of? Like I went to like, I just walked around and like I just see like I don't know. And then it just took a while for me to like, I guess, acclimatize myself, but it took a while, but I did find my way around. Well, like they have like, it's like a full week of just like clubs just like promoting themselves, or like there's a club for everything. Like you can take a walk around, see what there is out there. But I know I did run into like this one Hispanic women's sorority, and like they were just like all about like just promoting themselves and like getting good grades, helping the community. So like I feel like that's kind of where I found like myself being in. And I met the girl through that first class I was in, and then we just kind of like networked, and we met other people and then other people, and then I go to a bigger public school. My biggest class was probably like 230 people, 200-ish people. It's a little bit daunting just by like just looking, and like it's just hard sometimes to focus. But I did sit kind of like in the middle area just because I don't know, I wanted to learn. I kind of budgeted myself very tightly. I would come home and like I know getting my train ticket, I would have to like plan like kind of like a week in advance, just because sometimes I would get a good ticket for like $9 just a ride to Chicago, or sometimes it could range to 39. And then when it was like that, I wouldn't come home. So I just kind of like budget myself very tightly. And then I had a meal plan, so I had like a certain amount of swipes, and then I had like flex dollars, so like I could use that like at Starbucks, like a Chipotle, a McAllister's, all that type of stuff. So I wouldn't really like eat out as much. Like I would be very like smart about it. I didn't have a job first semester, but then second semester I was like, okay, I need to kind of get a job just to like spend out my free time, which would be at night. And then sometimes I wouldn't have class till 2 p.m. So like, I would sleep during the morning, and then I just go to class, and then I'd go to work. So like I worked at Buffalo Wild Wings, so then I'd kind of get my dinner there, so it was kind of helpful. Yeah, like apply. You're not really gonna lose anything. You might lose, I don't know, like a couple hours, but you get money out of that if you do win. I remember Ms. Noonan telling me like to fill out like a Google Doc starting freshman year, like of all your activities you've ever done, like if you were in choir, if you were in band, if you were like in something, like write it all down. just so like when you get to like your senior year writing, like it's gonna ask you like what were you involved in, you can kind of like cut bits and pieces of that. So that was like really helpful for me because I was like, oh, I kind of forgot I did that, and it's kind of interesting about what I did. And then pay attention to deadlines because they're not gonna like, oh yeah, you're like a day late, yeah, we'll let it slide. Like you gotta be on top of it. I feel like not that I didn't have like much support, like mental support in college, just because I don't know, I'm the oldest daughter, so I don't communicate my feelings very well. So I was okay with like not talking to anyone, but I think one time I like really broke, and I was just like I cried to like a counselor there or something, and then I was like I wanted to go home really bad, I guess, and then just because I couldn't really relate to anyone there at school, but I feel like I got the hang of it. I did have some professors that like yeah they'll teach your course, but they're more like research based. Sometimes they don't necessarily like teaching the course itself. They're more of like, oh, they're research and blah blah blah, all that stuff. So I kind of probably talked to one professor. She was Hispanic. She was just really nice. I really liked her. So I feel like I talked to her most during my time there. Yeah.
Apply to as many scholarships as you can. There's people giving away free money, and sometimes there's not students taking advantage of that. So definitely take advantage of all the money that people are giving away, even if that's in Round Lake or reaching above nationally or statewide.